Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host, FD for TV, and welcome to our Weekend Focus, where today we are looking at Ethereum Naming Service, or ENS. Before we jump into ENS today, please know that what I'm going to share with you in this video is not financial advice. If you do require financial advice, please approach someone who is actually trained to give you financial advice. The information contained in this video is just for educational as well as entertainment purposes, and this content is also not targeting UK audiences for obvious reasons. Please do your own research. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. We are one of the few channels that brings you non-conventional content that you may not find you anywhere else. Bear market or bull market, we are still here. Coming back to Ethereum Naming Service, or ENS, what is it? Ethereum Naming Service, ticker symbol ENS, is a distributed, open and extensible naming system built on the Ethereum blockchain. It allows human-readable names such as alice.eth mapped to machine-readable Ethereum addresses, content hashes, metadata, other crypto addresses, and much more. Launched originally to solve the usability problem of long hexadecimal addresses, ENS has become a core Web3 identity and domain infrastructure piece. At the time of recording, the price was around $12.60 per token, but that may have changed by the time the video is actually posted or by the time you watch the video. And circulating supply was approximately 37 to 38 million ENS tokens, with a maximum supply of 100 million. That's a total supply. Key features for Ethereum Naming Service include the human-readable names, where it replaces complex wallet addresses with understandable names, reducing errors and increasing usability. Decentralized architecture, where ENS is built on Ethereum smart contracts, meaning no central authority controls the registry or resolvers. ENS domains can map to not just an address but also content hashes, for example, for decentralized websites, multiple crypto addresses, and metadata. And the ENS governance token enables participation in the governance of the ENS DAO, enabling holders to vote on protocol changes. Cross-chain interoperability potential for ENS. While it is rooted in Ethereum, ENS can and is exploring interoperability with other chains and wallets to broaden usage. Moving on to some value propositions for Ethereum Naming Service. First one, improved usability, where ENS removes a major user experience barrier in blockchain. You're talking of long error-prone addresses, and it helps onboard less technical users. Web3 identity and branding, where an address like alice.eth becomes a brand or identity in the Web3 world. This can be valuable for creators, projects, and DAOs. Infrastructure value, as more wallets and dApps and services adopt ENS domains and make them standard, the protocol becomes more entrenched and sticky. And the governance token has got some utility. The ENS token gives governance rights in the DAO and the possibility that domain registration, licensing, usage flows connect to token ecosystem. And because these are now human-readable names, it might also help people deal with scammers, because some scammers, they can just change one character in an address and they can siphon your funds. So these ENS domain names, they could actually be helpful for security purposes. Moving on to use cases now for ENS. Well, it's used for wallet addresses, wallet address aliases, simplifying sending, receiving crypto by using name.eth instead of OX4BBE, and so forth. It is also used to point to decentralized website domains. ENS names mapping content via IPFS or other storage, enabling myproject.eth website. Metadata and identity layers, where users can store social profiles, crypto addresses, avatars linked to an ENS domain. Subdomains and branding, where projects and companies can issue subdomains, for example, user.project.eth for community. Cross-chain linking, where ENS domain may link addresses across chains, for example, ETH and other networks, simplifying multi-chain identity. Governance and DAO use, ENS token holders vote on protocol proposals, domain fee changes, and ecosystem direction. What about competition? What is it looking like out there? Well, other blockchain domain services like Unstoppable Domains offers blockchain-based domains or NFT domains across multiple chains. Traditional DNS and Web2 solutions, while not directly decentralized, are strong incumbents existing in domain naming. We're talking of ICANN and DNS and Web2 identity. Smart contract addresses, alias solutions. Some chains or wallets may build their own aliases as solutions independent of ENS, and other identity systems such as Web3 identity protocols such as DRD, SSI may provide identity and naming layers that compete with domains. So ENS's competitive strengths in these fields include this deep integration within the Ethereum ecosystem. It benefits from early move advantage, widely adopted by wallets and dApps, and tokenized governance. But there are some challenges to consider for ENS. To maintain differentiation, ENS must continue to expand usage beyond just naming, handle scalability, cross-chain support, and avoid being supplanted by other identity solutions. In terms of price projections, short-term from 6 to 12 months, my base case is that the price currently sitting at around $12. If it experienced moderate growth tied to wider crypto infrastructure adoption, that could push it to maybe $18 to $25 if usage picks up. In a conservative case, you're talking of flat to modest growth. The $12 to $15 range is quite normal if domain usage remains steady but no breakout adoption. Some risks include the effect that if crypto infrastructure sentiment remains weak, price could remain or even fall well below $8. Medium term, 1 to 3 years, if ENS becomes standard for Web3 naming, domains gain secondary market, and cross-chain integration accelerate, a target of between $30 to $40 could be plausible. In a moderate uptake scenario, $20 to $30 is quite plausible as well. If competition bites and adoption stalls, it might linger around $15 to $20. Long term, 3 to 5 years, if you're playing the long game, in a best case scenario where Web3 naming becomes ubiquitous, ENS domains trade like digital real estates and assets, the token could reach $50 to $80 easy. If the Web3 identity alias market grows significantly and ENS captures major share, upside beyond that is possible. On the flip side, if other naming and identity solutions dominate, ENS could underperform and remain within the $10 to $20 range for extended periods. These are speculative price targets, of course, and contingent on adoption, ecosystem growth, tokenomics, regulatory environment, and crypto cycle. But it could also take off like the .com boom, where just a web address was worth a fortune. Finally, think of ENS as the .eth version of example.com for Web3. The signpost outside your digital home saying, "Here lives Alice, the crypto native human." While most of crypto has been focused on value movement, ENS focuses on identity, names, and familiarity. In a world where wallet addresses feel like gibberish, ENS offers a friendly handshake instead of OX4BBE you send to Alice.eth. If Web3 becomes as populated and interconnected as the web we know today, then ENS domains could become as everyday and essential as websites are today. That makes the ENS token less a rocket and more foundational infrastructure. The question for investors is, will this infrastructure be built now, or will ENS retain dominance in naming, or will other players such as identity protocols, other naming chains overtake Ethereum naming service? If ENS becomes the DNS equivalent of the blockchain world, then holding ENS is akin to owning real estate on the internet's next iteration. If not, it may remain a niche cog in the machinery. So, if you believe Web3 will need memorable names as much as it needs smart contracts, ENS could be a quietly smart bet. Not the showy mega moon token, but the infrastructure you rarely notice until you can't live without it. What are your thoughts, guys? Let us know in the comment section. I think ENS will also need the wider NFT market take off. Without that, it may just struggle. Let us know what you think in the comment section, guys. Until the next one, FD for SeedFab.tv signing out for bye.